We're back, and we're talking about being untruthful. Because we all do it, you know? And some of us do it just a matter of life. It's just a routine, everyday thing. We never even think about it, just to get out of stuff or to get stuff or to make our lives better in some way. We just tell a lie. Officer, I'm sorry I was speeding, but I'm on the way to the hospital to visit my wife who, you know, I'm meeting her there. She's being taken to the hospital by an ambulance or whatever. I mean, just lies you tell to benefit yourself, to get yourself out of trouble, or to make your life more convenient.
Yeah.
Big Al is feeling very regretful about one of these.
Very.
Because he's a liar.
Wow.
And this was not premeditated. This was not planned.
It's pointless, really, right?
So pointless, Kelly, you would not even imagine. I mean, I get to church right on time. Church starts at 8.
Whoa, you get to where?
Church.
This lie takes place
in the church.
In a house of worship?
Yep.
Big Al.
I pull up at 8:40. And
are you lying?
That's important.
Are you lying?
And the church is crowded. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like one of the last people to get there. And so
because it starts at 8:30?
It starts at 8.
See, knowing when church started would have been germane to knowing what time you got.
Church starts at 8 and you get there at 8:40.
Storytelling mastery of Big Al.
How long does that mass last?
I just said it started at 8.
He's not a Catholic.
Okay. Anyway, so there's ushers there at church, right? They tell you what section to go to, where to sit, that type of thing. So
big old church.
Yeah, 1,500 people at this church.
Whoa.
Dang.
Wow.
So I'm up in the upper balcony, and the lady says, sit right here. And so I'm in this row, and the row is relatively full, probably 3/4 full. There's room for 2 people.
You're in the aisle.
I'm in the aisle. I want to sit there.
Yeah. So you can get up and leave early when you got there 40 minutes late.
Yeah, they'll leave in 5 minutes.
You want more leg room.
Like sitting there, you know, there's room to be. So the usher, the lady bends down, and she goes, sir, could you scoot over to make room for one other person?
Oh, I get asked that all the time in church. All the time.
I immediately look up at her and say, oh, I got somebody else coming.
Oh.
Wow.
Kelly, I don't even know why.
In church.
I don't even know. These were the first words that I said on Sunday. Because I hadn't even said another word. These were the first 4 words or whatever that I said on Sunday morning were a lie in church. All my friends are sleeping.
So poor old lady had to sit somewhere else?
And there's the church wasn't like full, but this section was getting full.
Right.
And the row was getting full. And I just didn't want to sit in between 2 people.
Why not say, okay, stand up, let them in, sit in the aisle?
Boom.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just so stupid. It was just one of the most stupid lies I think I've ever told in my life.
Would you like to pray for forgiveness now?
I would.
All right, go right ahead.
I
Al.
would. Lord, it's me, Big Al.
Yeah.
And that's
Do you have to identify yourself?
Don't you turn this? You need to pray for serious forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lord, please be
Turn
safe.
this into a joke with God.
I have sinned, and I am terribly, terribly, terribly sorry. I didn't sin in your house. Sure.
Could have done this at his house.
None of us are perfect, Lord, but I just want to ask for forgiveness. This is even worse than the time that I cheated on that test in the 6th grade and got kicked out of school. Yeah, Lord, I know I'm not from Compton, but I like to tell people I'm from Compton just to get a little street cred.
Another lie. Yep.
And that time I got arrested for writing that hot check for that video rental, I messed up.
Well, you're like the Lance Armstrong of the show.
You wrote a hot check?
And all those times I go up to the ticket counter at the airport and I say, I got a knee injury, can you bump me up to first class? It never works because you know that I'm lying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that girl that I tried to hook up with in Mexico, she didn't lose. She didn't lose.
It's giving you the wrap up on your prayer.
He'll go for days.
I got plenty.
And
so, Lord, the list goes on and on.
Give me an amen.
I'm just so sorry. Amen.
All right. I had just been at my mother's bedside. She was in a coma. And they've said there's nothing we can do. And I've been there for 5 days. And they said she could linger for weeks. And I had a television commercial to shoot in Nashville the next day. So I went to Nashville. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, the minute I get to Nashville, there's a message that my mom has passed away. And I felt so terrible that I left, the next day. So I do the commercial. Everybody is in the know that's doing the commercial, that they're doing a commercial with a guy whose mom died 20 minutes ago. You know, that's hard.
Yeah.
So they were very compassionate, and they wrapped up early. Mm-hmm. So my flight wasn't, we thought it'd be an all-day shoot. They got it done by 1, okay? My flight's not until 6. I go to the airport, try to get on an earlier flight, can't get on. So I have to sit in the bar and just wait for the flight for 5 hours, and you can't sit in the bar unless you have a drink.
Yeah.
And they were very aggressive about it. So they give me one of these beers. It's like the size of a drum.
Yeah.
And I drink it, and then they're like, you want another one? I'm like, I'm good for now. Well, sir, there's people who need these seats. And I'm like, okay, give me another one. I get on the plane, and I'm stumbling. I never get drunk, ever. Ever. And I'm struggling. I'm sitting.
Oh, your mom just passed?
Yeah, I'm sitting there, and there's only one guy next to me in the row, and he sits down, and we start talking, and he's like, where are you from? Well, I'm embarrassed. I'm drunk, and I know it. So I'm embarrassed. So I'm not going to say where I'm from. I'm from L.A. But I'm drunk enough. I've never told this.
No, you haven't. I haven't heard this one.
I'm drunk enough to not think clearly enough to be a good liar.
Okay.
So a little bit into it, he goes, what do you do? And I said, I have a radio show.
Uh-oh.
In L.A.? Yeah. Okay, so the guy goes, well, that's weird because you look really familiar to me.
Uh-oh.
I live in Dallas, and there's a guy on the radio there named Kid Craddock, and you look just like him. Now, there's the moment of truth. Mm-hmm. Here's what I said. Nope. And I need a nap. I need to take a nap.
Don't talk to me.
I'm drunk.
So
Did you ever say I'm Ryan
I have a
Seacrest?
problem, and I need to take a nap.
So I put the blanket against the window and turned my head for a minute. I wake up when the snack comes, and he's like, he wants to talk some more.
Oh, man, the talker.
I work for Countrywide Financial. I'm in the mortgage business, and where do you live, and how is it out there in L.A., and blah, blah, blah. And it's so uncanny that you're on the radio, and you do a show, and you look just like this guy. It's so weird. Flight attendant comes over.
Hi, kid.
No, she doesn't blow it.
Okay.
She doesn't blow it. She apparently did not look at the passenger manifest. And she overhears him saying that I look like Kid Craddock, and she goes, you do look like Kid Craddock.
Oh, no.
Thanks, yeah, I get that a lot.
I ain't gonna actually.
Yeah. So, the guy says goodbye to me on the flight because I'm continuing on to L.A., he thinks. But in fact, I'm going to baggage claim just like him.
Oh.
No, that's where you have to go wait in the bathroom for at least 45 minutes.
I did.
At that point,
and he's still there.
You got to take the lie down. You just got to go with it.
I go out to the baggage claim, and he's standing there.
No.
So I'm standing there waiting for the bag, and I'm like,
Flight got canceled.
apparently the flight's delayed. I'm going to get my bag and try to get another flight or whatever.
The guy standing there with a sign that says Craddock on it.
Right.
You still that drunk?
Yeah. And it's a
lightweight.
It's a Friday. And so I'm married. I get home, and Carol's like, we got that progressive dinner tonight.
Oh, no.
Are you up
no.
Are you up for it?
And you're hungover.
Oh, no.
And I said, maybe it'd be good for me. Maybe
You could meet lots of new friends at a progressive dinner.
Maybe it would be good for me.
Oh, no.
There's 5 houses on the route, and everybody brings something. We go to the first house, and I say, who lives here? And Carol says, I don't know him, but he works for Countrywide. Mm-hmm. He lived a block away from me. I walk into his house.
Nice to meet you.
I'm wearing the same clothes.
And you're still hammered.
And he looks at me. And luckily, he's nice.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Because he doesn't know that my mom just died that day. He just thinks I'm a huge liar. And he looks at me and he goes, how's it going? I said...
Because his wife had been so pumped. Like, Kid Craddock and his wife are coming over tonight.
And I looked at him and I said, you know exactly how it's going.
Kid Craddock in the morning.